another review by me, Thaddeus Guy. What we have here is a Disc Bender's Ace Run by Freefall Studios versus Off the Chains Disc Golf by Dream Nerdy. Both of these games are disc golf simulators. I've already reviewed Disc Ninja separately, as I don't consider that one a sim, and the other games just didn't make the cut. For those who have never played disc golf, let's go over a few things real fast. Disc golf is like golf. Instead of a club and a ball, you use a special type of disc. Instead of a hole in the ground, it's a standing basket with chains hanging down. Scoring is based on the number of throws it takes to get the disc into the basket, typically using a par 3 or 4 system. Courses can also be 9 or 18 holes, as they are in golf. As for disc selection, a disc will be marked with 4 numbers: speed, glide, turn, and fade. With speed, just remember, the faster it is, the harder it is to control. With glide, it's how far it will carry. Turn is a tendency to bank right. And fade is a tendency to hook left at the end of the flight. Let's talk about these games. And let me lead by saying some of my gripes are 100% technological. My throw in real life just cannot work in VR. The best backhand toss for both games is going to start with the disc at your chest and keep the disc in your sight. Great. Now they're on even ground, let's eviscerate. Wait, what? No, what did I say? Sorry. Let's evaluate what hits and what does not hit for me. But first, let's discuss the graphics. Off the Chains graphics have a higher range and a more refined detail. The Disc Benders uses a more simplistic approach in detail, but in doing so, they've created original courses. The comparison here for me is similar to Zelda, with good graphics but a fairly static looking appeal, versus Mario, which is cartoon graphics, but it has far out worlds and a lot of originality. Second is the disc physics, and this is probably the most important part for most people. There are multiple things to look at here: how a disc responds to your motions at launch, how the discs act in flight, how the discs interact with other objects, including the ground, and then just putting. As I said before, these games, they are limited to the one style of backhand and your standard forehand. While you're gripping the disc, you can move your hand into different positions, but the disc will not reflect your motions 100%. I have found this to be more pronounced with Off the Chains. This is only a visual issue. The disc will fly according to your actual motions. A Disc Bender's reactivity to simple hand motions is higher, but you're still not getting the full visual effect. Our next look at physics takes us to disc flight. Short and easy, both games nailed flight physics. Based on the way you throw it, the disc does fly as intended. So I'm going to take the same stance on both games for this one and say that their interaction with items and ground is spot on. Succeeding in these two important aspects really pushes the immersion up. And this goes for both games. Last is putting. Putting is a pain point for me, and this is definitely due to the tech. For me, the putting was very delicate. I am a push putter. I hold the disc in front of me and float it towards the basket with a push. In VR, this is not possible. It can't measure strength, only speed and motion. So you must use a spin toss with the putter. The putter has a very small margin of power that determines the minimum and maximum distance, which results in many an underthrow or an overthrow. This is more pronounced in Off the Chains. In addition, Disc Benders has a tap-in function at 10 feet. This would be similar to a chain slap, which sadly neither game supports. Is either game 100% realistic? Of course not, but enough to be called Sims. Will playing these games make me a better disc golfer in real life? Actually, I say yes to this. Even though it's a different form, I was able to learn a lot about discs, types of throws, and in-flight physics. For bonus points, I would like to note one feature of Disc Benders, the practice course. It's wide open and allows you to recall your disc using a secondary button on your right hand. For my quest, it's the B. So you ask in this versus who won. I honestly am unable to choose one over the other. They're both fun, they're both more than accurate enough, and offer different things. So on a scale of why did I buy this to my wife left me and I lost my job, I give Disc Benders a sleep is overrated, and Off the Chains gets a crap. I was supposed to pick up the kids 10 minutes ago. I really appreciate you watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.